The Pipe Takeoff tab is where we enter in the length of pipe and the number of fittings. The first two columns are the drawing number and floor in this estimate, but they can be named whatever you need. For example, if you're doing an isometric takeoff, you may name them ISO and line number. Basically, these columns allow you to keep track of your takeoff, and when we get to the reports section of Mike, you'll be able to run reports based on these columns. We could, for example, print a bill of material by floor in this estimate, or get a bid price by floor if we needed. Next, we enter in the system and the pipe size, and we'll leave the thickness blank, because we set the thickness up already back in the linkage screen. You could enter in an override thickness here if you needed to. Then just enter in how many feet of pipe you have, how many 90s, and so on. You can just enter in the quantities manually, or we offer several tools to help automate this. Our visual takeoff system allows you to use a digitizer to quickly get measurements from paper plans, or take the plans off directly on the screen if you don't have a digitizer and your plans are in an electronic format. With this option, the takeoff is automatically color-coded by system, and you can print it in color. The plans and their takeoff will always be attached to the estimate, so you can review or print the takeoff at any time for an old estimate. Duct takeoff works the same way. You have the first two columns that you can set up to track your estimate. You enter the system, and this time the shape and the size. Then you use visual takeoff or manually enter in the length of duct. Signed equipment and billed equipment allow you to estimate various pieces of equipment. Assigned equipment is used for items that you already know the square footage of, like a pump or a chiller. Billed equipment is used for equipment where you need Mike to calculate the square footage, generally for items that you haven't had to estimate before. Once you're done with the takeoff, you need to calculate the estimate. This process will use all of the setup in the first 5 tabs to come up with the bid price. And if you need to make changes to an existing estimate, fix some takeoff, change the material thickness, or maybe change the material used, just calculate again once you've made that change to get a revised bid price. Once you've calculated the estimate, tab 7, Recap tab, will give you the bid price. This estimate's price is $49,821. But the recap screen is really more than just a report of the bid price. In this screen, you can set the pay rate, add other materials for things like small tools, add other hours for cleanup, supervision, or maybe safety orientation, and add some material cost for sales tax or escalation, and labor adds for per diem, parking, or overtime. Then, of course, your overhead and profit. And all of these items can be stored in your library. If you need a more detailed bid recap, let's say a bid recap by system, we would use this button. The bid price for chilled water is $7,970. Domestic water is $4,319. Hot water heating is $5,673. Notice that all I did was click this button. Once you've got your estimate entered into Mike, it really is that simple to get a breakdown by whatever you need. The last tab, the Reports tab, allows you to run several reports based on your estimate. There are really too many to cover in this demo, so I'll talk about the most common ones. The Bill of Material report prints a list of all of the materials required in this estimate, and you have the option to subtotal it by various items. For example, if I selected sub-area, I would get a bill of material for each floor in this estimate, or select system for a bill of material for each system. This can be very useful if you need to stage out materials to the job site. I'll leave them set to no to generate a total bill of material for the estimate. The unit price report gives you the sell price for a foot of pipe and the sell price for each of the fittings by pipe size and thickness. And the submittal report automatically generates the submittal document for this estimate. It basically creates a PDF file that includes your cover page, includes information about the systems in the estimate, and includes all of the PDSs and MSDSs for the materials used. And you can customize this. So if you need to add mica plates, for example, you could easily set that up in your library to automatically include them in each submittal document. Thank you for your interest in Computability Incorporated's mic system. If you would like more information or would like a more detailed web demonstration, please give us a call or visit our website, www.compute-ability.com.